Recently, I have been contemplating what Starfield could mean for Elder Scrolls 6 from what we have seen in the gameplay trailers so far. First off, we are pretty sure that Elder Scrolls 6 will take place in Hammerfell and possibly High Rock, and unlike Skyrim, Oblivion, or Morrowind, where the maps were a fraction of the size of what they should have been, we might actually get full-sized, lore-accurate renditions of those provinces, meaning we could get a really big game with the use of Creation Engine 2 and procedural generation if Bethesda plays their cards right. But over on the RPG side of our RPG, the game may be kind of lacking if Bethesda sticks to their current course. I have made clear that I like the class system in previous Elder Scrolls over Skyrim's classless system where you can do everything in one playthrough. I also like the ability to make custom classes. Starfield lacks a class system and thus lacks a custom class system, and while we get some of the old traits that we got in Daggerfall, like choosing our background and religion, we also have the return of the accursed skill perk system, because who wants to make a character that feels utterly unique, thus basically allowing infinite replayability when you can blast through everything at once? I will use Oblivion as an example of why I like the custom class system. In Oblivion, you can pick 3 main attributes that govern different types of skills. For example, if you want to make a warrior, endurance, strength, and agility are pretty solid picks, and will make a fun playthrough, and you feel competent early on. Not overpowered, because Oblivion didn't allow you to become overpowered, but you didn't feel like the special kid in the room. There was no reason to remove this. It allows you to create a character that is utterly unique to you. You could even cross archetype by mixing mage and warrior skills, especially if you played a Briton. In Skyrim, you don't feel competent until level 20 unless you play a stealth archer. Now, Starfield seems to be trying to ameliorate this by allowing you to pick traits, but I'm far from convinced that it will equal the vaunted class system of Daggerfall. Another thing that I would like to see the return of is certain immersive interactions, like banking, getting held for trial by a judge when you commit a crime so that you don't have the Whiterun guards sentencing you like Judge Dredd. And before anyone asks why the heck I would want that, because it was one of the features in Daggerfall arbitrarily removed from later entries that added immersion. It was one of the many missing features that was taken out for no reason other than the devs just couldn't be bothered to put it in. From spellcrafting to the simple act of breaking locks with your weapons. Why would my knight character know how to pick locks, a skill reserved for footpads and burglars that a knight would hold in disdain? Another thing that worries me is the loot system. Unlike in previous Bethesda titles, where you could loot almost everything off of your dead foes, in Starfield, Bethesda, in their infinite wisdom, have chosen to remove this feature. And this annoys me. I hope that this particular design choice doesn't carry over to Elder Scrolls, and perhaps Bethesda can patch it out of Starfield pre-release, because it seems like a really, really bad idea. Another thing that I actually like is the more fleshed out, giggity, followers that Starfield seems to have. In Skyrim, the followers are practically interchangeable, only existing as portable loot storage at best, and a massive nuisance that gets stuck in every doorway at worst. Hopefully they go for quality over quantity in both Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, rather than interchangeable character 3561, and then we have the jump pack and the can of worms that it opens. This could mean that Elder Scrolls 6 may see the return of levitation magic, reintroducing the verticality that latter-day Elder Scrolls games have lacked, and this would make perfect sense from a lore standpoint, as Hammerfell is the most likely location for Elder Scrolls 6, and Hammerfell is no longer part of the Empire, and is thus not regulated by the Levitation Act, which banned all levitation magic. This is all wild speculation, and may all just be hyperbole and nail-biting on my part, but tell me what you think down below. This has been Pete, the Heretical Nerd, signing off.